third signature.
All right, it is 7:02. I'd like to call the meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. We have myself, Amy Freak, Sue Kimball, Sean Douglas, Kimber Kimmer, and Ed Spiker, and Melissa is still out. First order of business, and Kim, I'm going to need your help with, is we need to go into non-public for a quick minute.
What reason?
So it's A and C.
I make a motion to enter a non-public session per RSA 91A3, Roman numeral 2A, and RSA 91A3, Roman numeral 2C.
Amy Freak, aye.
Susan Kimball, aye.
Sean Douglas, aye.
Kimberly Burkhammer, aye. No.
Leave it going?
Yep. Need to bring the notes. If you ask a question or something you say, turn it off.
Then 6 days later, I went to Manchester and I was trying to find the Walmart. And I couldn't find it, so I pulled down this
Well, it means something bad.
Come to find out, it was a big deal. And all them cars.
They know, we won't.
Right. So I went
I'm
down
just
the
saying,
road,
chances are.
into the back parking lot. Instead of doing a quick U-turn, I went down just a little bit. And I looked to the left, because it was the last road,
Right.
the last little turnaround, go around. Well, looking to the left with that split fence.
I think about something else.
The light pole decided to jump out in front of me. And I was doing about 25 miles an hour. Oh, it doesn't take forever. They were going to fix it until the other jet and he crawled underneath.
No, to Washington DC, I think everybody paid their hats on the Lincoln Memorial.
The frame was shattered and it was bent. And the door, I couldn't actually get out. So he said it was too much. So I got placed on quote today. Well, I paid a little over 30.
The Lincoln Memorial is related to the Nebraska Capitol building.
They came up with it.
I know you're gonna tell me. Daniel Chester French's standing Lincoln.
So I gotta get
Is
all
that
that
the,
over.
is that Lincoln, Nebraska?
Get it back down.
It's the west part of the Capitol building I want to have it was.
So in the meantime,
You know, these
my brother
sculptors,
said, "Wait,
they can't unveil the final thing until and Daniel, so standing Lincoln is like,
I'm giving one upstairs.
he's as loved in New York City and it's a party. And you let the people at the party see they built it like 1931 to 1933, so the Great Depression, nobody has support. And because it was already paid for, they employed hundreds of people to build this building. And it's a unicameral legislature. Oh, it's just one house.
And keep their trailer, so if I
Because
have.
Nebraska's so big, can you imagine having to go
Down to Walpole.
loads from one side of the state 100 years ago?
I'll keep that registered like they did every year. Yeah.
I'll stop you with the Horizon trivia.
It's not that much money. No, so
I like working.
registered.
I'll tell you what, the change of, like, it was just the first day after graduate school. It's like me and two other people have jobs at graduation, and everybody else is crying. And you'll laugh.
Going, I'm gonna have it.
Hey, you're still working.
And it's, so I just needed the job. I had no idea, once you get off the interstate, how beautiful the prairie is.
Yes, dear. An inactive dessert or an interactive dessert?
Interactive, but it didn't come out that way when it was automatic word fix. I was thinking those Morse.
I mean, that's fine by me. And what works for them?
And then
Is there any food dislike?
that's the next question.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to serve oysters.
No public session. So why am I here then?
Here what's going on.
How are we gonna get George Chait confirmed as trustee at large?
Excellent.
Well, I need a public session to do that.
Propose it, suggest it to them and they can pass a
Make a motion.
big motion and do it. But still, you need to give it. You might like some light stuff.
Oh yeah, the two things I have are 2 seconds. I'll accost them when they walk back. In out of order accostation.
Well, the way it used to be in town, we didn't have public session, the whole damn thing was just give and take. When I took over the chair, it took a while to get that calmed down. It's like, everybody was on the side. Oh, it was the worst.
Ask them, Jamie.
Well, no, they asked permission, we wait for the public session now.
Yes.
It's better.
Hey, she's awesome.
Well, maybe give it a worry about it.
No, she's still.
I don't watch Facebook, so.
I don't keep track of it. Though I had to laugh, they had that drone footage, and I had the tarp down for the ice rink. It looked like I put a swimming pool in our wetland. And And I'm thinking, I hope nobody sees this drone footage and think I put a swimming pool in the seasonal wetland.
Oh, well, that was the most room. I don't know, the guy wants to do it.
I did not put a swimming pool in the backyard.
Oh, I'm sure, especially not for late fall. Back when we lived over in Dover, there was an apartment complex. I got to be good friends with the apartment manager. So there was one section of the parking lot that really didn't get used by. So we put up a tarp on the ground and we filled it up with water for ice skating.
Yeah.
And he and I had a great time just filling it up, waiting for the ice to freeze and.
No, it's a lifestyle. Yeah. It takes your whole life.
Oh, it's amazing how much time it takes to get water to stay where you want it and freeze.
Oh yeah. It needs to get down below 20 for the water to do what you want it to do. Like I am, National Weather Service has the hourly weather forecast. So then, all right, it'll be 18 degrees at 9 p.m. That's what I'm going on.
And not before.
But now with the seasonal wetland, I mean, if I had this much water in November, it would be nowhere.
Yeah. I grew up remembering 40 below zero weather. January.
Oh yeah.
See that anymore.
It was 20 below right before I moved here. 3 years ago, the weekend before I came out of my house on a trip, it was below 20 below.
One of the things I do during winter time is primitive biathlon. Wooden frame snowshoes and muzzle loaders.
Oh, nice.
And to tell you the
That
truth,
was cool.
I prefer it when it's 0 to 20 below to do that. Because by the time you start tripping around with a snowshoe, you're generating plenty of heat.
Oh no, I'm a snowshoer. I would say, in anything under the category of sports, snowshoeing is my favorite activity. And you are not cold. 15 minutes into snowshoeing, it doesn't matter.
And
You are not cold.
typically I have long underwear, blue jeans, heavy shirt and stuff, and I've got a Johnson Bullet Bills wool coat that has a game pocket.
Right.
Because I start out with a wool fur hat
Mm-hmm.
and wool fur mittens.
But muzzle loading, I mean, you're so cold.
By the time you keep trucking,
Even your little fingers.
you're warm enough and you're huffing and puffing enough so that when you get to the spot where you have to load or shoot, you appreciate standing still for a little bit. And it's not so bitter cold that your hands aren't working.
Right.
Because you're not there, stop that wall.
Well, Upper Peninsula, Michigan, you get so much snow, except for recently. But normal times, you get so much snow. You just pick a point on the compass and you go.
Oh, God.
None of the
Yeah,
underbrush
it's
stops you. And it's just wonderful.
As long as you remember the way home.
Well, that's what the GPS is for.
If I'm in the wilderness, I always my sense of direction skills don't work around human structures.
Might be pretty good except for in Bristol, Connecticut. I can get lost in Bristol, Connecticut. I don't know where my mother was from. And it's built around a hill.
I grew up on Lake Superior. I was naturally married to my mountains. Worry about that. But yeah. I didn't snowshoe until I was like 30. I was like, this is the sport for this next phase of life.
Manage with, manage with snowshoes is do not go downhill on skis and falling down and killing yourself and breaking things and all that.
Back in high school, why, but they're wrong, because on the primitive biathlon, we're always on the trail pretty much. So you really don't need any real support, which could have snowshoes. You may need claws on the bottom. And these are, so you really, you're just almost, you know, not kind of jogging, and they don't get in the way of each other.
Right.
But they're the traditional leather.
As for me, I mean, cross country skiing, all I see is like twisted knees and twisted ankles.
I thought it would break it off.
I'd rather just
I love
putz around on snowshoes.
What I really enjoy is the snowshoe trip. In the middle of winter, some fairly fresh snow on a full moon night.
I've done that.
It's just
Clear full moon night.
Yeah, it's magic.
It is completely magic. This job where I knew somebody through work, and she was an older lady, very nice, not a little quirky, but not that quirky. She'd call out the moon. Full moon night. She'd get on the snowshoes in the woods and her name, Paula Hakenin.
No longer worry about me.
Five different points of view.
They didn't get in there right.
Paul's explaining everything that he thinks about.
We were driving along on the jet. I'm treasurer for 3 different groups, so all my,
Used to it.
and we connected, so.
Yeah, we got Starlink dragging this.
Oh, the mobile Starlink. I was thinking about that. Oh, yeah. It's a good deal.
It's the same size. Well, I guess maybe it's still up.
Yeah. There's a reason Elon Musk is so rich. My Starlink has never gone down once. When I work from home, I'm dependent on Starlink. And then if we do watch TV, it's a smart TV, it's never gone down once. Granted, we got the nice big burst.
I just bought a little mount of that lateral the camper. And just,
It's only like $10 extra, $20 extra a month to do them all.
And the mobiles, we've got the unlimited, so it's 160.
Yeah, see, it's only 120 unlimited stationary. So 165 for unlimited mobile. It's not bad at all.
not considering we're actually with a number of different groups and everything. And, you know, we'll want to search for different things as we hit different places.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we've got a bunch of stuff planned already, but we get someplace that we can stay there for a couple days. It's nice to see the road.
Where's the closest bakery? Here's a good restaurant.
Where's an ice cream store?
That's so much more exciting than pancreatic cancer.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh.
Old man has a good attitude about it. He just turned 87. And then I play music, and folks in Michigan over the summer and over Christmas, we got into like a fancy festival.
Oh, cool.
111 bands auditioned. 20 people. But now Brooke can't even go because she'll have to register a January and stay in my car. Yeah. I had to drive down to Chicago on my own. And here's the other thing about Brooke's family. I actually like them.
That's good.
And they're having their big reunion that I'm going to miss. Unless I take my dad. I don't know if I want to subject my dad to the Beauregard stuff. upbound boats are on the other side of Beavish Island. So we only see the downbound boats. And then her grumpy cousin Bobby is one of the people who anchors them, ties them up. Because you know that, because you have to go through customs at Sioux Locks.
Oh, I didn't consider that.
And then downbound boats, you know, it's the hardest turn in the whole Great Lakes. You got a 17-degree turn. And they have a pilot just for that turn. So the downbound boats in Sault Ste. Marie, the pilot will get on and then come off later after. It's so hard. You don't get a lot of room for error.
No.
A very slow moving oarboat. Somebody, I got to watch this, somebody had a stroke in a small boat. You know what happened? And he didn't have nobody ever has the thing on them. So the boat's just going in circles and you're watching.
Big guy come in.
Doing the actual warning, the 5 dun, 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 dun. You hear that? And then you call 911. We know! We all know. The boat's just spinning in circles. Nobody knew what to do. And then the boat is maybe down at the end of that road. Somebody in another boat jumped on.
That's what we did in Winnipesaukee last summer and summer before. Somebody had
Passed out or heart attack.
something and it was doing round and round and somebody jumped on. Scary.
Because earlier, another crew tried it twice and missed.
That's dangerous.
Yes.
What job I went to.
Growing up in the center of Vermont, didn't get exposed to most of
Could he have missed? How would that have even worked? Maybe they just chickened out.
Oh, maybe they didn't get there.
Maybe he jumped and it didn't have the distance needed, or it moved, or it slipped and fell.
Well, it seems to me if you slipped and fell, the boat would just hit you on the next revolution.
Good.
There were people trying to do it, and for some reason they didn't do it, but the guy got on it just the last second. Another party came. So we'll see. I don't think I'll get to go to that party. Leaving 2 weeks early, boy, that's a lame vacation. No Brooke, no Sparrow Jane. What the heck am I going to do for 2 weeks? I'm not at work.
Spend time with your dad. Start sorting through the stuff in the house.
Oh, I already got everything I want out of the house.
I didn't leave them. Or they already get in there, scooped it up.
One of my sisters is very hard to work with. I wash my hands of it. I'm going to be nowhere near the division of the things in the house and all arguing and bickering.
My family was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Polar opposite of that.
My mother lived in the farmhouse on the hill. That's my dad done and everything. She stayed up there. She wanted to move to the village. Get away from muddy roads. Well, finally got an opportunity. But by the time she got the opportunity, she'd gone through the house, every room, every closet, every drawer. It took us half a day to move. That is it.
All the furniture.
And this is from a big farmhouse.
She gone through it to get rid of it, or did she put little notes on who gets it?
It was a combination.
All the kids live local. So it'd be like, okay, what's the box?
So what we did is stop by.
Oh, wow.
And then when she passed away, she had gone through and planned everything so perfectly. Everything was transfer on death or
Right.
program, or she'd already transferred it, and basically it was just wait for the IRS
do stuff before the estate closes, and I'm just
Well, it's funny, because Russell Mom and I would have, you know, the three of us girls would sit down and have discussions with Mom. And she'd say, now, there's money up there in that for Valerie, in case she has to take care of me while Susie's out of town, and Susie's got money in, and she's on the checking account. And I said, Mom, then if it's you and Valerie on an account, you pass that account goes to Valerie, period. She doesn't have to split it with anybody. And Susie's on the checking account. She gets to keep whatever's in the checking account. She doesn't have to split it with anybody.
My brother and I were fine.
And they did split it. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
yeah, I'm fine with this stuff. I got the stuff I want.
The only problem with
I'm not gonna keep the tally of, oh, this antique is worth this and this antique. You know what I mean? Like, it's a better thing to do with your time than that.
Pretty much all of us were to the point in our lives, we all had our own families, everything else, we didn't want anything. We wanted her to spend her money whatever way she wanted to keep her comfortable, way she wanted to do the things she wanted.
Well, that's why I'm there, to make sure nobody skims on it. She's gonna need hospice and the payment once the pancreatic cancer, you go a long time before you have the symptoms. When it hits, it's gonna be
Some
hard.
of them were quicker than others.
we both lose weight so quick.
Well, like Brewster, the town doctor I grew up with, he found out he had pancreatic cancer.
We had.
Oh, prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Very good.
He was like, I'm gonna go long before it gets me. And he did.
He just said, okay, way it's gonna be. I'm gonna do it this way.
Oh yeah, my dad's gonna opt for the pain management. I think he's too old to have radiation.
It would make his life.
Yeah, because he's doing good now. 'Cause he has a big aneurysm in his stomach that never gets bigger. So they test it every year. And that's how they found the pancreatic growth. Because you don't have symptoms till it affects other organs. So they found that accidentally. And he's got arteriosclerosis in this leg. Only like 5% of the blood is going through this leg that should go through. And he's like cleaning up after the winter storm. He has chairs all around the yard. So he works for 3 or 4 minutes and sits down for 5 minutes. And he was still operating the giant snow blower this winter.
He was.
The generation doesn't quit.
Well, he had the money to buy the nice one with the heat. Like the kind of, it's like a snow tractor. Why? Nothing's happening.
So Brian, as of the middle of May, we're both out of town.
You are? When are we having?
And when?
Well, next week isn't he?
Isn't it in the middle of May?
I have one on my calendar, maybe I'm wrong. Double check tomorrow.
Because we leave May 18th, get back
Yeah, it's
July
before that.
16th.
Okay, so let's do day by day.
Really not on my phone, look at me. Oh, no, I have.
Well, two of you can meet because that gives you a quorum.
Yeah, but if he and I both gone, he's the only one.
Oh,
Oh no, before we leave. I thought it was the week before we leave.
There was a meeting in May. I got it written down in my folder, but it's probably got a few, items that I bought already over it.
Here, person.
If you guys can add a public, I just have two very quick things. There's no public on the agenda.
There's no public on the agenda?
Yeah, just two quick things.
I make a motion that we leave non-public session. Roll call vote.
Amy Freak, aye.
Susan Kimball, aye.
Sean Douglas, aye.
Kimberly Burkham and I make a motion that we enter public session.
Amy Freak, aye.
Susan Kimball, aye.
Sean Douglas, aye.
Kimberly Burkham and I make a motion that we seal the minutes of the non-public session indefinitely.
Second.
Oh, I was going for the hat trick.
Yeah.
Second.
Amy Freak, aye.
Sorry, it's my guy.
Susan Kimball, aye.
Sean Douglas, aye.
Kimberly Burkham and I.
Okay.
I make a motion that we enter public forum.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. My name is Kent Randall, live on Route 10. Just a couple quick items. One item from the chair, the trust for trusts and cemeteries is hoping that the select board can approve Mr. George Chait as our trustee at large.
Do we have a letter?
A letter?
Something that just says that he had an interest in it, something that we can formally accept him?
I don't have any.
Oh, I wasn't aware that you needed, I mean, I have an email.
No, we typically we've just been getting letters, but that's if you, Mr. George Chait,
Yes.
what's his address?
Old Springfield Road.
You know him?
It's
He's
Hope
amazing.
David's husband.
It's Hope Davis.
It's Hope's husband.
Oh,
He also ran to be trustee.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
okay. And then I make a motion that we approve Mr. George Chait of Old Springfield Road as the trustee at large.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I will let Mr. Chait know. And then a couple years ago, there were talks about the archive. I ended up with this document. I would sure hate for this document to get lost. I'm going to return this to the select board. Of course, you can always reach out to me if you have questions about records or archives. But just wanted to make sure that that original document didn't get lost.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for adding that public session. And again, records, archives, feel free to reach out to me.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Have a good evening.
So this goes with the microfiche.
We're still in public forum.
Does anybody else have anything?
Probably gonna be the only one.
I make a motion, we close public forum.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. We don't have minutes.
We do not have minutes. All right, and we signed the MS 232, so that's all set. I didn't do these, I didn't fill these out right.
What are those?
It's the non-public. All right, so we have a driveway application for
You. Oh, Marguerite.
Marguerite Smith on Forehand Road. And we have a drawing, and it's off of it's off of a logging road up there. And there's a note, so Jay Brooks said he could give us a forehand address since the property has required road frontage. I don't really understand that. This is where they were logging up there, yeah?
Yes.
So, we had a discussion with him because this is Forehand Road. This is the driveway to the Underwoods, 92 Forehand Road. When they came in to put in a second home off of Glidden Road, up off, who is it, Lorelei?
Lori.
Lori. To go up off of Glidden Road. I'm gonna turn this up off a driveway. The fire department, for not E911 purposes, told us at the planning board that we couldn't have it be two Glidden Road addresses, that they had to have their own private road. So it became White Birch Lane,
Correct.
and both of them had to be White Birch Lane. So Lori had to give up her Glidden Road address and change everything to
the
be
Whispering
White Birch Lane. And her son-in-law daughter, they are now White Birch Lane. So the fire department told us any two places that had access off of a
One,
public driveway, you get one new address. It becomes a new road, private road or private access, private driveway, but it has to change its name. So we told Mr. Smith that he needed to go to the fire department and confirm what the new name of this road would be, because it can't be Forehand Road.
It's a
And he gave
private
him a
drive.
letter. He gave him a letter saying that he could use Forehand Road.
Well, nobody else can.
What do you mean?
So
Because we did the two?
because we've already went through the process with the people off of Glidden Road. So we have a process in place where people are making two access points off of, and it's in our zoning, you can have two parcels, two accesses off of a main road, but they have to have their own driveway for E911 purposes. You have to call it something different.
Is he saying because there's road frontage on this lot and not on the Noyer's lot?
That's what the note says, but it doesn't make any sense. So for
consistency, we should be
Right.
doing the same thing that we did with
Correct.
Lori and her daughter.
If it's, we need to be consistent. If we have Dog's Way, if we have Misery Mountain Way or Lane, they should all be the same. And if you're gonna have two people share the same access off of a road, then we should
It needs
either
a
be
road.
calling them one name or they should be off of the main road, Forehand. This is confusing and it's gonna confuse driveway regulations.
Can I see it? We're going to be needing what we've done in the past as a meeting.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I can't,
Can you call them, Ed?
Sure.
I would call
No, I
Chief
just
Rook.
know that Neil Smith is not always the easiest.
He's not.
to reason with.
And I appreciate that he reached out to Chief Rook, but
We should keep it the same.
it needs
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
consistent.
Yep. All right, so we are gonna table that one until we get a little more information. Okay. Members of the select board, enclosed is a deed submitted for your approval for a single cremation site. Miss Bonnie Page is not a current resident of Croydon, however, she was born here and has a long family history in the town. She has requested that her cremated remains be placed in the same site as her mother. I forwarded a request to the trustees at their March 2026 meeting, and they approved the placement of the cremated remains at the existing site. Enclosed will find $50 check for the cremation site and also for the burial plot.
cemetery.
Yeah, this is the. You come up here and
So
go
in Boston.
It goes down to the wash.
and up to the forest land, and then.
Are they two different ones? 3 different.
So where is,
Today's
So
the
they
20.
use this old logging road to get access here. The driveway should
right,
actually.
if you wanted a 480, you could have come down here. So, is that, to tell them, if they want to use Forehand Road that has an address, they drive it.
We told him when he came in to speak to us about this, that he needed to give an address, and that if he was gonna come in off of this, that this was gonna change per the fire department, for E91 purposes, and he needed to speak to the people who have a driveway that have given him an easement, to let them know that this was going to change, the name was gonna change. And to make some new names, like, it couldn't be, because this was gonna change.
The Underwoods would actually need to have the ambulance.
That's why we told him to speak to the Underwoods, because between the Underwoods and themselves, they would come up with, to bring into the select board 3 names for the new road, for the new access point, I'm sorry, it's not a new road, for the new access point that they would all share. And to understand that there would be no more access points off of that, because if there was a third one made, it would become a private road, and then we'd have to bring it up to town standards.
So the Underwoods would no longer be 92.
No,
It would be 92.
it would
Or
be
with
whatever
whatever number.
Yeah.
number of the new name.
Fair enough. I just want to make sure I got all my ducks in a row before I get to the top. Thank you.
This one's set. So these are, oh, this is all signed, this is all signed.
And see if that's actually what it said.
It's always good to verify.
It's fine. But if they were gonna go with Forehand Road, they would need to put a different access.
They'd have to come
They would
off
have to come off
beforehand.
Forehand
Yeah, they have
Road, which is
plenty of
fine, they have the
road
frontage for it.
Yeah, but the
I mean, if
topography
you want-
isn't
if you
the
wanted to-
best.
if-
Not on.
I guess what it boils down to is if the Underwood's still on Forehand Road, you would be Forehand Road.
So that's actually the Smiths. But I think they,
Yes.
Underwoods
Yeah,
own,
I see what you were.
yes. I think they own all. of
So-
it. And
If Chief did say this, he would have signed this. We need these before we go check any addresses or give any new names or numbers to any.
This is not approved.
So first it'll go through Mitchell and then it'll go through the chief. So having this, I would definitely clarify with the chief first
Right,
because
that's before
he
they
did
move
not sign
on.
this, so I would not accept it at all. So trying to stay out of it,
I'm just gonna touch
but
base with
Yeah,
Jay
just
before I-
just want to let you know.
That's a good catch.
Okay, we have another, burial plot site for Catherine Wade of 14 Indian Point Road in the East Village with the payment. Please make motions for these, or just.
To sign. Is there room in the East Village? Maybe way down back.
There's always room.
True.
And one more, Ann O'Clair, 695 Center Road, Goshen, is paid for lot number 84F and Croydon Flat.
I don't have to sign every one of them. Jinx myself here.
Okay, and then we have building permit for Robert and Laura Baxter.
Not the table.
We paid
Yep, we're still waiting for
Okay,
the septic,
thank
so,
you.
yep.
Appreciate that. Okay, and then. Thank you. Do we have a response to Leslie Sampson's email?
Yep,
Have you sent it to her?
nope. I'm gonna read it into the minutes and then we're gonna send it to her.
Okay, could you please do that?
We received a letter from Leslie Sampson. Again, the easiest way to answer this letter was to break down each one of the questions or comments and then answer them. So I'm going to read them into the minutes and then we're going to send her the response. Ms. Sampson writes, I am writing to express being appalled at the behavior of Jim Morgan as a town official. The board response, Ms. Sampson, the Board of Selectmen appreciate you writing to share your concerns, but request some additional information. Would you please clearly provide as to how Mr. Morgan's behavior as the Croydon Planning Board Chairman has been appalling? Further comment was his constant bullying of residents online is uncalled for and unprofessional. Board of Selectmen response, please see the request for additional information and provide examples of the bullying accusation while Mr. Morgan was serving as the Croydon Planning Board Chairman. Ms. Sampson states, we all know the Board of Selectmen's position about Facebook. The Board of Selectmen does have a policy regarding the non-use of Facebook. It is based partly on RSA 91A:2, small a, which is communications outside meetings. 1 and 2, it just basically says that we shouldn't deliberate on matters where we have no supervision or control, no jurisdiction or advisory power. This should only be done in a meeting, a truly warned meeting. We have stated this many times. Having a contemporary, any type of discussion in Facebook is not a meeting. Communications outside a meeting, this is Roman numeral 2, including but not limited to sequential communications among members of a public body shall not be used to circumvent the spirit and purpose of 91A. So Facebook is not a forum for the select board. Ms. Sampson says, luckily, he just announced his immediate resignation on the planning board, and I hope it is indeed accepted, as I was going to approach Concord on Monday to see if there was a way to have him removed from the planning board. So my response, the select board's response, was Mr. Morgan did not resign. At the time this letter was written, that was the truth. The board is not certain where you might have obtained such erroneous information. However, if the source was Facebook, this would further substantiate the board's policy. You are, however, welcome to approach Concord. Planning board members are governed by state statute, RSA 673, and any local ordinances which define their authority as official bodies. Per RSA 673:13, appointed planning board members who in Croydon serve their town in a volunteer role may be removed by the authority that appointed them, in this case, the select board, but only based on a specific cause, such as inefficiency, neglect of duty, or malfeasance of office. Ms. Sampson further says, while I know he has done some good for our little town, he brings too much drama to this town and always degrading the town and residents, something a person serving our town should not be doing. The Board response. By your own statement above, Mr. Morgan has neither neglected nor been inefficient in his duty. Indeed, the Board of Selectmen commends Mr. Morgan and the members of the Planning Board for the incredible and continuous amount of work which has commenced not long ago and has been completed in support of the goals of Croydon citizens. If you are accusing Mr. Morgan of malfeasance of office, then the board will require more than this written statement. And as for the observations of too much drama and always degrading the town and residents, let's all just try to turn these statements into some kind of good and positive thoughts and words we can all live by. The board honestly believes that the citizens of Croydon should hold that mirror up and look into it deeply before speaking or writing or typing anything about anyone, anywhere, at any time. Ms. Sampson further says, I am also wondering why the school was not closed if the threat to the town clerk was so dangerous. Pursuant to RSA 91A:3, small I, consideration of matters relating to the preparation for and the carrying out of emergency functions et al. I'm not going to read the whole thing. The board will not be commenting on how Croydon implements incident action plans.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
And that letter will be going to Ms. Sampson. You want to go into planning board updates?
Well, we have two more things.
Okay.
On behalf of the New Hampshire Tax Collector Association Executive Board, I want to congratulate Linda Preston on the new role as Deputy Tax Collector and recipient of the new Tax Collectors Workshop Scholarship.
Yay!
Yes.
Good for her.
Yep. And then we have this notice of final tax bill. There's no action required. Paul signed it.
No, we don't, only thing that needs to happen is a copy of that needs to go to Avatar, needs to go in Avatar's box. They'll need that for any abatements.
Okay. And before we move to the planning board updates, 250th celebration. I know the, Jane is trying to head something up and do something, but I feel like the town should also help.
So,
They've met at the church. Have you
yeah,
been-
no, I'm going to the next meeting. I couldn't make it to the other ones. So the fire department, we're trying to do a type of parade. Gonna start hopefully at the transfer station, go down to the fire department. There'll be vendors. They will be fireworks, which I believe the fire department will ask the town to help out a little bit. But the fire department will purchase around $1,000 worth of fireworks for the event. There'll be food for sale, some other vendors, some games. We're trying for other events during that day, but it sounds like it's going to start. We're trying to get it to start later on in the afternoon to go into
What day have you guys?
July 11th.
Okay.
7-Eleven.
And I know there was talk about having it start in the morning, but that's just too much for
Too long.
people all day
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
So we're thinking probably right around between start at 1 o'clock and start having the vendors show up, have games, have the ball field lit up. I've been in contact with Milton Rents, and they will donate 2 light towers for us for the event. But there's still more to be discussed.
Okay. So you were kind of on that, and you'll keep the board notified.
Yes, and I've been in contact with the old highway department, Joe. And we have a location, I believe, where those flags that the fire department did purchase. They were all brand new last year. We put them all up. So we're hoping to find them so we can put them back up. But if not, we will purchase new ones and we'll keep them at the fire station this time.
Okay.
They're not upstate.
No. Joe said they're in the back in a box. I contacted Mitchell and we're going to try to locate them. If we can't, like I said, we'll purchase new ones.
I think the town could.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause yeah, you guys did, you bought them last year.
Right.
and
yeah,
they
so if
should've
you
just
come
been-
up, we
yeah.
can, the town can reimburse for the flags too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
My question is gonna be with the parade, going down Route 10.
So we are in contact with signage from, I believe, one from Mount Sunapee and one from Grantham Police Department to put on Route 10 that way and on this way. And we're talking right now to see if we can get sheriff or state police presence for the some type of the event. So that's still in the works.
We used to have parades.
It'll be a short one, but
Well, it's Croydon, it's short.
so we're trying also as a to try to get Dart to fly in as well if they can. So we'll have all these things in the works that we're still talking about.
Thank you so
Nice.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. All right, now Kim, you can do your thing.
Okay, so the planning board update, Mr. Morgan did indeed give his resignation, but it just happened. He's resigned effective immediately. There is a working meeting for the planning board scheduled May 6th. That was when we were going to elect all of our officers. I am not certain if Mr. Rawls is going to continue on. He's up for re-election. So I'm just not certain what the makeup of the planning board is going to be. That being said, if we can't field a quorum, and I have been actively recruiting people, I've been doing it for quite some time, we might end up having to reach out to Upper Valley Regional Planning and looking at some services such as a circuit rider, which they do have, so that we can continue on with having a planning board. At the last meeting, this is the subdivision that the Brunels will be coming in June.
How many lots is that?
9.
Beauty, huh?
It's very
I don't like how dishonest the people that move into town are being with, oh, we're not gonna do anything, we're gonna keep it preserved, and then slice it and dice it.
So, as an emergency management person, what do you think about these 3 lots?
So would their driveways be down those lanes?
They could easily put their homes back here on these and have this long driveway.
Isn't that wet back there, or no?
According to the surveyor, who is a wetlands science, wetlands person, there's only an area right about here that collects water.
What's the width of the narrowest?
Where's my scale?
It might even be on the other. The scale might be right down there somewhere. I should tell you. This is really skinny.
Yeah, it's very skinny.
So to get a driveway in, you need 35 feet on either side, correct?
We don't have that in our driveway regs.
So the setback line, because the driveway doesn't need setback.
200 feet of frontage.
Yeah,
Setbacks
they
of
do.
35.
So they all have 200 feet of frontage, even if they don't look it.
What is,
So that's the property line.
yeah, right, but what are you gonna do here?
This is a mess.
So are they saying 10 acres for current use?
They've maximized the potential of subdivision. Everything that they have there, they can do. If you recall, 2 years ago, we had on the warrant articles to increase the road frontage required to 300 feet. And it was voted down by the town because it would affect their potential to subdivide. So here you go. This is what it's gonna look like when you get a large lot of land and you have the potential for 200 feet of road frontage. You're gonna have these long bowling alley lots.
So the 10 acres, if they build a house, even if they build it out
It will
front,
come out
they're
of
not,
current use.
they're not gonna have the current use benefit.
Absolutely not.
They take an, what, an acre? Ish.
Even if they remove a half acre, the other 9.5 acres will fall out of current use, and they will pay a land use change tax on the entire 10 acres.
10 acres, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope.
I believe the fire department should be involved with this.
I
Just for the
would-
emergency management of it. That is quite a distance.
It's gonna be approved in June.
1,000 feet.
That's,
If they build their houses up here, then there will not be a driveway here.
right, they build their houses up front here, that's not gonna be an issue. But
But,
1,000 feet in.
Yep.
That by the time you get your pumping in with your hose, if there's ever a fire, you lose all that pressure.
I would love to see in our subdivision regs, and I would love to see if anybody comes in and does anything more than 3 or 4 lots, or maybe even 3 lots, and where the driveways are gonna be over, what, 1,000 feet? How long is your hose from the tanker?
Oh, we can put on, and we can put up the
Unless,
How long is one hose?
250.
Okay. Where would you suggest we put in a dry hydrant to make it simple for you to get to some of these back things? Because we can make it a regulation that we have a dry hydrant of a certain amount, and they have to put in a pad that will support the tanker. And you have to be able to turn it around. And these are regulations that we can approve in the subdivision for safety.
Yeah, so the turning around is gonna be the biggest thing.
Not my problem.
It's gonna be our problem.
Not if we say it has to be done.
If they're coming down here, if they're going more than 1,000 feet,
Yeah,
and they're gonna need a dry hydrant somewhere.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it should be at least 500 feet that they would need a dry hydrant in an area for a apparatus to turn around.
Correct.
Because we're gonna have water supply come off of Route 10 coming up Lovering Hill, so that sole supply, that's basically one road. It's not gonna be a two-way road when you have an apparatus on that road.
Mm-mm.
So we need one way in, one way out to continue for operation, if something would happen.
So this is why I
That's a
wanted to
scale.
meet, I've been asking to have us meet with emergency management, fire, because I believe, and we're gonna start seeing these,
so
we
this
need to have,
100 feet.
what do we do with the driveways? How do we make sure that we have fire safety? How do we make sure, not only can you get in there and turn around a dry hydrant, but what if we need to get an ambulance down there while you
So-
guys are putting out a fire?
This might be an
These
inch.
are considerations that we
This might
need to
be-
have in
Yep.
place, so that when somebody comes to this, we can say, you have to put these in.
Right. Yes.
There is nothing here that shows, and we can ask for it, an additional 35 feet easement to the town, if we have to
Yep.
work on the road.
Good luck anyway.
So at the
There's a
narrowest
culvert
point,
up
they're
there,
100
suck my
feet,
truck right off the road.
because it's 1 inch is 100 feet.
So what I'm saying to you, Sue, is this is their 35-foot setback line,
Yeah.
this dotted line.
You can't do anything.
So you've got a setback 35 feet, that's only 70 feet right there.
Yeah.
It's only 70 feet wide, maybe
So
80.
these are the kinds of things the planning board needs to work on, but we've been working on a master plan and a growth management ordinance and a CIP, because again, the subdivision regulations, like all the rest of everything, are 40 years out of date. So these are the kinds of subdivisions we're going to start seeing unless we start changing our zoning and our subdivision regs. And now we're down our chair. So I wanted you to see this.
So we didn't sleep?
Yes. So we could all think about people that maybe could help instead of, bring us ways to help work on solutions.
Yeah.
So either way, just looking at the drawing here, we can make it work. We'd rather not, but we can definitely make it work by coming in the driveway, doing what we got to do there. But laying down all that hose 1,000 feet in, you're going to lose pressure, and by the time that gets laid in,
Gone.
it's gone. We can make it work. We'll have to do what we have to do, but it would be good to have at 500 feet a dry hydrant if possible.
And so if you come in,
I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Also, depending on placement of the houses
Right.
as well.
Correct.
I mean, you could, that hose isn't going around 90-degree corners all that well, is it?
Nope.
And so you come in, set up, bring out 1,000 feet of hose. Now there's no water. Now you gotta take your tanker back down, fill it up, come back, the house is gone.
Yeah, no. So what we would do in that case would deploy a poly tank inside the driveway. Our tanker would be in as far as we can. We'd run a hose there and have a constant line of people going, but get the mutual aid to get there to keep dumping water.
Keep dumping water.
That poly tank can only hold so much, so we would have to be taken off the transfer station, Route 10, the transfer station. At that point, we're still going to be running low.
So Mr. Douglas, how quickly can mutual aid get there? You guys will get there in a few minutes. How quickly can your mutual aid get there?
Report comes quick.
If they can fill a truck.
Yes.
If they can fill a truck.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take Newport out of the equation because sometimes they just can't fill a truck, and it's not on them, it's all just personnel. So within probably 15, 20 minutes, we should have some mutual aid
Okay.
coming from somewhere.
How fast will a house burn?
Quite fast.
With the new materials.
15, 20 minutes?
With all the new materials, it starts going fast unless you attack it fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you had a dry hydrant here,
Yep.
are your chances better to save the house or a bunch of the house?
It is.
Okay, enough said.
The more water we have available, the better off we are.
We cannot, according to the state, we cannot make people put a sprinkler system in a single family home.
It'd be smart if they put in a fire pond.
We cannot. Yeah, well, we could have a fire pond there. It doesn't have to be a dry hydrant, but a dry
Yeah.
hydrant is better because it doesn't evaporate in a drought.
Then we're gonna go into that, who's gonna maintain that dry hydrant?
Everybody in the subdivision. If you have one here and you have one here, it's written into the regs. They all own it. I have
Yep.
Basically
templates.
like me to it.
Yes. Just saying, because that was the first thing that came to my mind is, oh my God, I can just see.
The ambulance would stay outside the lines there, so we're not worried about that. It's just getting water supply. Yeah. Do we know exactly where the houses are gonna go?
No, this is the beating stages. So this is another thing that the subdivision regs can change. We can actually start requiring building envelopes. We can actually start requiring that kind of stuff
Yeah.
on, but we have to rewrite the regulations. Also, when we start doing that, be prepared for people to be upset for us to be telling them where their house is gonna go.
Not everybody knows where their boundary lines are either.
We have a couple more things to do.
Thanks, Kim.
Yeah.
So, transfer station, when is the upcoming inspection? So,
Friday.
this coming Friday.
Yes. Yeah, so there was only 4 things. One was the tree over the fence.
Yeah.
One was the drainage pipe.
Mhm.
One was the leaning well, but that's just a monitor. And the other one was the top of the concrete wall was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not an easy fix.
I know that, but I figured if something, I don't think they're gonna do anything drastic.
So the
They're
well, we
just gonna
kind
be
of
like-
dug already. But we
Well,
can get
the
the,
pipe.
yeah, we can get a shovel in there.
I think if I shoot Mitchell a text, I can ask him to go over and take care of the tree and the outlet,
Yep,
pipe outlet tomorrow
okay.
or before
Yeah, I mean,
Friday.
if she sees something's done, usually they don't have, when I get the report, it's usually July they'd like to have it done.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because they don't come back till October.
Casella will be up there tomorrow to take everything.
And I have talked to
But
Amy.
yeah, it should be,
Yeah, I talked to Amy about that today. I am gonna order tomorrow the pickers and new traffic pattern cones as well. So, be working with Mason to clean up the transfer station, make it more visible. Even though it is a transfer station, it shouldn't look like a transfer station.
true.
So, we'll be working on that. I've been in contact with Mitch as well. We're trying to combine the best price for cones for him and for us as well. So we're trying to find the best location. We've already got a few prices that he reached out to and got. We're still working on a few more to come in.
He's a good shopper.
Yeah.
He is. I can't beat his price yet.
Yeah.
But
All right, so, and I'll talk with Mason about you taking the lead.
Okay,
So
perfect.
that,
And Carl gave you his stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
all right, so now the last thing we have is the New Hampshire DOT response for the school driveway, which I sent to Aaron, I have a copy of. We need a public hearing, so we need to set that date. Can we do that without Melissa? Or do you know when we have to have it by?
What are they doing to the driveway?
Paving.
They're paving the school driveway as part of their project,
Right.
and
Is
they're
it-
gonna pave down onto Forehand Road. So we just have to let everybody know that we're
Okay.
doing that.
Route 10.
Yep.
Forehand.
So Melissa says she would need a draft by Wednesday at 12 p.m. 1 week prior to the ad running, and the posts need to be made 14 days prior to the meeting.
So we're at least 3 weeks.
So our next meeting is the 12th. If we have the public hearing on the 26th of May, or we could even do it on the 19th. Again, I said we don't, that's all we do. If nobody else is doing anything, that's a Tuesday.
The 26th?
No, the 19th.
Oh, the 19th.
And that's all we do, is the public hearing for it.
Okay. Does that give Melissa enough time? I don't know what day it is. It's the 28th.
That's an hour minimum, right?
And that gives us the 14. If I give it to her tomorrow, she can have it, no, it won't, because she wouldn't have it into the, it wouldn't be posted
26th
in
then.
time.
So
Yeah,
can we do it in correlation with our 26th meeting?
Just do it for 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then have our meeting at 7.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. And you'll reach out to her, Kim? Everybody has their tasks,
Yes.
lots of them this time.
I do want to thank the Croydon citizens of Green Up Day. So
Yes.
Oh, I've got
They,
2 more
uh,
bags at my house.
Yeah, we picked up, my wife and I picked up 5 boxes in Bedford, Concord area, bring up here, and people actually picked a lot of them up. The fire station picked up a lot of bags as well. Next year, though, we probably should do something as a town and kind of advertise a little bit better,
Yeah, be a little more
a
organized.
little bit more organized.
Yep.
But I think it was a great turnout. A lot of trash was picked up.
Good.
I know DOT was coming by too and picking up on the side of the road, Route 10.
Are they still picking up?
They're not.
They're not, okay.
Some guy might stop if he sees a bag, but they're.
It's fine. Tracy brought 2 bags. Well, he cleaned up on Fletcher Road. And he recycled some of his stuff, but so it's just like trash.
Yeah.
I said, just bring it to my house. I'll just throw it in my dumpster.
Yeah, we
2
did this. We
bags.
did the same thing as for the fire department. We found a lot of beer cans and glass, and then if that's what it was. Then we did recycle it at the transfer station, so it didn't go
Yeah.
into the waste.
Awesome.
Right, is there anything else?
I have one more thing.
Okay.
The local thing.
Oh,
Yeah, so my suggestion, we had a request from Paul Raymond Whipple for some information. My suggestion, Madam Chair and Board, is that we run that request through the town attorney. Just to make sure that everything that we give him is correct, that it truly is a 91A request. So I can send a letter to Melissa, because Paul Raymond Whipple will be going through the Board of Selectmen's secretary, as he calls her, through our administrative assistant anymore. So I will ask her to reach out to him to let him know that we've gotten his request for information, that we will have an answer back to him in 5 days. And I will also forward that to the attorney.
So he's asking for information, but he's not making a 91A request.
based on the letter you got. Okay, okay.
But you have to be careful with these, because sometimes they're not 91A information, so you don't have to give the information out. Some of it is public information, some of it is a 91A request, and that is why I'm just saying, let's send it to the town attorney. Okay. That way we don't have to make the determination and.
With the situation going on, I
Yeah,
think that's a
yeah,
good
yeah,
idea.
that's the safest way.
Yep.
Guess we want to cover our other.
Yep.
Good idea.
Thank you. All right, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. It's a lot of seconds there.
I was gonna say, we have one with the-